It won't.
It doesn't take it like that.
Yeah.
Are you for real? Okay, I'll sit
Okay.
closer to you.
Let me see.
Why doesn't it take that way?
Okay?
Why am I in Zivet?
Yeah, because then it's gonna be.
Oh, it's going to be a sideways video.
Yeah.
My goodness. Oh, my word. The way you are having to like squish it.
and make it work.
And oh my God. I want to make sure that the sound is perfect because sometimes
The audio is.
I just want these kids to come and.
Okay, there's
Ah,
one person there.
hello.
Hi, we see you.
Hello. Are we audible now? Before we start and we have these deep conversations and then you guys can't hear us. Please, can you just holler back in the live chat box? Let us know if the sound is working and then we can get this started. The other children will join us as we go along.
Yes, sound
Yay!
is super clear. Yes, we are audible. Thank you.
Oh, Moya, all right. Oh, Moya, all
Thank
right. Okay, guys. So welcome to Moya Chats. You know that we do this where we have like the more laid back conversations with our community. You know, we started the Moya hikes beginning of the month. So this is actually one of the people that showed up at the hikes because you know our community is so rich in knowledge and in just life. So I'm going to actually allow her to start again. I was saying to her, what is this gross looking thing here? Oh my God, Mom.
So, okay, I'm gonna take us a little bit of a back way.
Bye.
Just the way we got into this. When we were doing the first live on the laptop, we were talking about how you said, oh, let's talk about medicine, and I'm like, for me, medicine starts with what you put in your mouth to chew to fill your stomach. It starts with the food we eat. And, and it's not a new saying, let food be thy medicine and thy medicine be food, right? Because if we get the source right of what we're eating, then we are working at allowing this vessel to do what it's supposed to do, to fight any viruses or bacteria that may be attacking it, because you're feeding it with the right building blocks so that it is able to be strong enough and go forward. It's a process. A child must get their legs strong enough so they're able to walk, so they're able to run. So we need to enable this body of us to be able to do the things that it's supposed to do. So when we are talking about medicine, we're not just looking at it as something that we have certain times that we need to ingest it. It's a mindful, if for headaches, drink this. What are the causes of those things? So let's not be symptomatic and reactive, but actually do the things from the source and get the foundation right and fill our body with the nutrients that it needs. So coming back to this, very interesting looking beverage, and I don't know if you can see it properly. So there's no ginger, there's no lemon, it is isimos in there, which is, one of those plants. It grows from the seas, it grows from the rocks in the sea. And it absorbs the mineral content that is coming from these rocks, right? Mm-hmm. And these mineral content is about 90 something of the 106 nutrients that the body needs, right? So I remember saying to someone, Simos, this, it does this, it does that, it does this. It helps with colds and flus. It helps with your libido. It helps with appetite. It helps you with energy. It helps you with your eyes. It helps you with your thyroid. So I'm naming all of these things that it does. And he says to me, it sounds like mahonatsohle, And people are skeptical to go with things that are mahonatsohle because really it should be honing into one thing. But the truth about why is that it gives the body the nutrients that it needs so the body can do what it needs to do. So it's feeding the vitamins, the minerals in your body that it needs, so that it can be that soldier.
Because we are 70% water, so it would make sense that our
Correct.
feeder.
Correct. And the medicinal plants that we look at, most of them can be food. We and okay, to the name of what the organization is, Hasiluhola. It means aksokola, it's not weeds, right?
Oh, okay.
So we have all of these things that grow in our garden, right? And we're like, oh, blackjacks. Oh, I must get rid of this. What a weed. We've got a Itepe amaranth. We pull it out because it just keeps growing. But these are the things that are part of our food, right? This is imfino. These are things that you can cook within the food that you're creating. So you're eating your medicine.
You're saying that you don't need to be sick.
You need to give your body the fighting chance for it to do what it needs to do. Whether or not we need to be sick, because the sickness, we must remember, it's a symptom of something being wrong. Whether it be physically, emotionally, spiritually, the body is giving you the symptoms of what it is that is not going well. Sometimes spiritual attacks will come up as a physical sickness.
Oh my God.
Right? So
Yes.
when the body
Yes.
is equipped strong enough, right, you are able to fight off some of the negative low vibrating energy because you're eating food that vibrates higher, because it's also an energy.
Why are we drawn to low vibrational food when we are depressed then?
Because we are feeling like attracts like.
Okay.
Right? And sometimes when you're feeling depressed, you don't want to go outside and get some air.
Yeah.
You want to keep on sucking in all of this negative energy because, in my opinion, it is attracting itself.
Okay.
So when you then fight and kick the blankets and say, I'm going to go out for air, and then you come back feeling better. Then maybe you open up your windows, you open up your curtains, then you clean up, because you are neutralizing that low vibration energy. That's my opinion.
Okay.
So when you are there feeling sick and you eat food that makes you feel sicker, or comfort food.
Yes.
Chocolates. Oh,
sugar.
God, we love that, right? But we know that the sugar is not our friend. The process that goes into making the food. The camera is not clear.
Oh, is the sound clear?
Yes.
I need you guys to donate a proper phone to me, please.
We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right.
Yes, eventually.
Yeah. So when you start eating food that has a higher vibration, that is a little bit lighter, you feed your spirit as well. You feed it the energy that it needs. You feed it more greener. You must remember the green things is sucking up all of the sun. So you are taking on all of the beautiful chlorophyll that is coming, all of the green, all of the high vibration that is also out there.
The thing with meat, I don't think meat is good from what I've heard.
Meat is meat. Meat is a very touchy subject, okay? Because it has a place, right? In why we used to consume meat. We are, and it's not a new thing, we are consuming meat more than we need to.
Yeah.
We are sometimes finding ourselves having meat 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? We are finding that people would be saying, if a plate aina nyama is not complete, right? And also, how are we getting this meat? What kind of places, environments is this meat grazing from? Because you are what you eat, right? So if you're eating a product that is chemically infested, hormone infested, you become that.
That's
right?
scary.
So this is where I think a lot of us are finding ourselves. We are ingesting things because I also believe we've outsourced so much of our lives. We've outsourced our foraging. We've outsourced. I mean, I think it's. I think one of the silliest. It puzzles me how we buy food at the rate and amount that we buy. We are the only species that purchases its food, that goes through so much to be fed, that the concept of hunger baffles me so much. Have we only categorized foods as things that we find in food shelves? Nah. Have we gone to that extent? That nature makes it that these weeds that we pluck out of the garden and say, ke lehola, ha se lehola, ke morogo, ke tie, ke di-vitamin, ke di-nutrients. That stuff grows freely. It grows abundantly. It grows everywhere. But we don't realize that it's food because it's not packaged. Then we go hungry. Okay, fine. So we're at a point now where we are needing to medicate ourselves. What do we medicate ourselves with? Why do we have to medicate ourselves so much? So can we find a balance between getting to a place where we feed the body what it needs while we fight the diseases to such a point that we don't need certain medication and let the food be the ones that we consume, right?
Yeah.
So we have a whole lot of herbs, most of our herbs are weeds, right? Most of the herbs that we have are what we call weeds.
Okay.
Like mullein, for example. Mullein is this.
What's mullein?
Any those sisters, it's like it looks almost like borage, At some point, I'll post.
Oh, there it is. The one for arthritis.
That's the borage, yes. And it right?
I planted that.
Beautiful. But it has a mind and a life of its own.
I actually noticed that.
Yes.
I did notice that.
It grows and it grows and it grows.
It grew, like I planted this now, and it's amazing that it actually held.
And it's effortless. It's effortless. And it grows like that. But when that becomes part of your food, when you take the leaf and make tea out of it, when you dry it, and smoke it. And that the mullein is the one that is great for the smoking because it clears the lungs. No. It's good for the bronchitis. Yes, it's got many beautiful properties. Ukula, right? So we overlook it, right?
Okay.
And then we go through other things that are going to bring us side effects and add other ailments to it.
So when you smoke it, it doesn't do the opposite.
It's not advised to smoke it, right?
Okay, so
but we smoke, okay?
I know.
Like we do these things. Yes, we're not supposed to. There's a lot of things we're not supposed to be doing. But if that is the one thing, listen, when you mix it with cannabis, the deliciousness of it. But you can also take that whole mixing pack and make it into a tea. And drink it. Right? So, you don't have to smoke it. But yes, you can still use the properties of it.
Do the properties change according to how you're using the plant?
The property, I think, because the burning of the plant gives it a different chemical makeup.
Yes.
Right? And I think there is some that you get that gets lost in it. But if you're going to mix anything, rather mix it with this. Right? Tobacco is a plant, right?
I know tobacco is a plant, but why is tobacco a crap? Why is it crap for the chest, John? And whereas you're saying
all the things that you smoke are crap for the chest. Smoking is crap for the chest.
Smoking is crap.
Smoking is just, it's not true. My late grand used to say, everything you'll need is on your yard. And that is so true, Ntombi. And what is outside is what you want Listen, I couldn't have put it better. There's this, remember we are energy beings, right?
Yes.
Living in an energy space.
So we're
exchanging.
frequencies.
We're frequencies.
Okay.
Right?
So there's these circles around us basically all the time. Right? Okay.
Right.
Cool. Yes.
So when all of that is happening and you live in a certain place,
Yes.
when you go outside, your frequencies go there, your energies go there, right?
Yes.
And shame, the soil, the earth, Gaia, whatever, Kamaku or Mvelingange or whoever, whatever energy, whatever you believe in, is going to create and make magic. You'll see certain things growing in your space. You'll see weeds that are growing in your yard,
Yes.
right? It's reading your frequency, your energy, and it's saying this being will benefit from certain things that grow in there.
Yo!
Right? So it will
Yo.
give you what you need.
The thing is that this is resonating because when I moved here, there are things that grew that were never there before.
Correct. So it's up to you, right? Because now remember, we have been so disconnected, right? We've been disconnected on so many levels. We are disconnected to the signs when the weather is about to change. The signs are there. They've always been there. We've just forgotten how to listen, right? And part of it is because we are eating things that are dimming our light, that are shutting our third eye out, that are not vibrating so that we connect, right? Food is such an important source that it is no joke. Once you start clearing, and I like to call it decolonizing your kitchen.
Yes.
Decolonize your cupboard, decolonize your bathroom, decolonize your wardrobe.
What do you mean? Break that down for us.
Decolonize it.
How do you decolonize our kitchen?
How do we the things that we cook with, the food? Where do we get our food? How fresh are we getting our source of food? I mean, to have something that's sitting in your cupboard for 3 months, right? And then it says it's fresh until you open it, and once you've opened it, you must consume it within a week or whatever, and they call it milk. When have you seen milk to be in a box and sit
For 3 months.
3 months, 6 months, a year on shelves, right? And we believe that stuff is going to be good for us. So we've outsourced so much of our being, our thinking, that our cupboard is filled with all of these things that do not resonate with the energy that we need to be vibrating on. Correct.
I mean, things like when you think of tinkies. I mean, how does the tinky stay fresh for?
Oh, months and months. There's a movie I saw, and it's a sci-fi movie, and I can't remember the name. And this girl picks up a tinky, and it's based in times ahead. And this boy is like, "What are you eating?" She says, "The food of the ancient never rotted." How do we call that food? When you take a plant out from its root and you bring it, the lifespan is diminishing. And in a week's time, it will probably be dried and rotten. But you know it is fresh. When you take milk from a cow, you have an X amount of time to consume it.
Yeah.
So we have to be thinking,
These things that take too long.
And then we
But what about pastas and things like that then? What about them?
These are the things that we can make. These are the things that we can make. It's in what is added in these grains, in this flour, in the what are they
to
made
preserve
of?
them?
What are these preservatives? What are these things on our labels that we read that we can't even pronounce? E55 or what?
Yes.
What are these things that have scientific numbers, right? So that they're preserved. There's plenty of flours that you can make from different grains. There is, say when you take rice, you can make rice flour, right? You grind it, you crush it, you make it into a powder.
Rice.
Different, yes, rice flour.
Okay.
There's chickpea flour, right? There is turf, there is...
So wait, let's go back. The rice, you grind it down and then what?
It becomes into a powder, into a flour. You know? How do you think we got impupu, corn, right? We know it comes from the corn. Besigaya, ukuthi ibe impuphu, right? To be a fine powder. So the processing of the plants and the grains is not a new thing. It's a thing that has been there before the beginning of time.
Oh my heavens.
So we have outsourced so much of our nutrition. That's why I'm calling it, can we look at decolonizing our kitchen? You know, when I say food be thy medicine, those herbs that you take out or the plants that you take out of your garden, can we dry them and season our food with it, right? So that way you're eating your medicine and your medicine is becoming your food. Right? So can we just remember, because we've also become busy with other things, other life things. I must take the kids to school. I must do assignment.
I must do my space beats.
Yeah, right. And it's let me not talk about products that we put
on our skin,
on our
right?
skins, right? On what we brush our teeth with. We know the roll-on that we use. Those are all the things
that are going to make us sick,
that are dimming our lights, that are making us sick, that are changing our frequency and our vibration.
So what are you saying to us? What should we be using? Guys, please feel free to ask questions. You know, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
The
food of the ancient never rotted. That's what, right? Yeah. But we also have a way of preserving foods, right? Mm-hmm. We would preserve seeds. We would preserve for the next harvest or the next season of planting, right? We would dry grains. We would ferment stuff. Flip, we used to ferment. Now they're telling you it's good gut health. But these are the things that we knew. We'd ferment sorghum. We fermented. We did all of these things. Do you want to read out?
Uti untombi. Our great grandmother woke up every morning to bake fresh bread on purpose. Exactly. They understood the importance of us eating fresh food. They understood nutrition, but we have made it more about chores. Yep.
That's when you were asking, so what do we do now? We stop being so excuse-filled. And we start little also. We start small. Because when you say to someone, oh, really, you need to look at your cupboard, it becomes like such a daunting thing, to such a point that sometimes you might not even want to do it. Because it's becoming like, this is too much of a chore, you know. This is, I'm adding
it's such
more.
A process.
It is so
when
much.
When you climb down the rice and then start from scratch, I'm like, oh my God.
What is she gonna tell me to do next? To grow my own cows?
Dude.
Actually, yes, you know. Oh, where do we start decolonizing our kitchens? So this is where we do. You know, we start small. One of the challenges I like to pose on my people is grow one herb for one season and incorporate it in your diet. So you start saying, if you like a certain herb, so you can grow one herb, one fruit, one vegetable, right? And you say to yourself, in this season, I'm not buying basil, for example. I'm not buying basil, I'm going to grow my own basil because I like the taste, right? So you involve yourself in growing your own food. You involve yourself in transmitting your own energy into what you're eating so that it can give you what you need, right? And you incorporate that within your space, right? You say, I don't want to buy tomatoes. This season, I don't want to buy tomatoes. There's there's cherry tomatoes. They grow, they just appear. Right? Part of nature giving you what you need, reading what your space needs. You must see the weeds that are growing in my house. I love it. There's all sorts and all kinds. I think we had like 3 cherry tomatoes that were just growing by themselves. And I haven't been buying tomatoes, right? I just go to the tree and I harvest. And the more you harvest, the more it gives you.
What?
The more you pick, the more it grows, the more it gives you.
There's
right?
nature again.
It's reciprocating to I see you, you see me. I am you, right? So when you start small, you realize your power and your ability too, right? And then you set yourself a challenge. Next season, I'm going to add 2. Before you know it, you will be eating a lot from your backyard. We've evolved so much that we have a lot of European, Asian, and all sorts of plants that are global have become localized in the spaces that we live in.
Yeah.
So when you're saying indigenous food, let's eat more indigenous foods, we've become such a melting pot of existence that we like things that are not necessarily from here. So I encourage us to grow the things that we like, whether they are originally from here or not. But if they reciprocate or they respond rather to your soil, your hand, and they grow and they flourish, then by all means.
And what is that? What is that? I see there's some more. The kids are talking here. I started not drinking tap water, using toothpaste that has no fluoride. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Using shea butter to moisturize my skin.
Yeah. Those stay-at-home mothers or grandmothers were abused and taken advantage of. Why can't we be honest?
I will.
All right, yeah, that's a different conversation there. That's a different. That's also another set topic about masculinity and femininity.
But
and, that maybe it's a low vibration.
But we can actually talk about that because one of our elders on Moya, Dr. Kanyisi, always tells the story about how women controlled the land because we saw that the relationship our menstrual blood had with rice.
You're touching me in my studio.
So as a result, that is how women are part of the land and part of the cooking because that's our area. It's got nothing to do with abuse or.
That is very, 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 very true. And yeah, our bloods are very sacred. I believe a lot of healing could happen if a lot of healing of the earth, of our energies could happen if we understood the power within our blood.
The menstrual blood, eh?
Yeah.
But it's been made this gross. I mean, even as
from not understanding, because we were never made to understand this is what it means when you start having your bloods. And to understand what the content of that blood is. Because once you understand what it is, you will treat it differently. You won't bleed into a pad that's got chemicals, You won't put tampons that are chemically infested into your body and absorb that.
How do we harvest that blood and what do we use it for?
We use recycled bloods. Recycled sanitary towels. I haven't bought pads in, 10 years.
Really? You just wash them?
Yeah. It's also very good for the environment.
And it's cheaper.
It is. It's good. It's,
Hi, Demi. There's a member in the building.
Hey,
Hi.
Member. And it's a beautiful, sacred, ritualistic thing that needs to be understood.
That's because I can feel that there's something about our blood.
Do you know how good it is for the skin?
Are you serious?
Sure.
You put it on your skin.
You must. Okay, I don't know if this is the platform.
It is definitely the platform. It's the one.
It's deep.
It's the platform.
It's the blood bleeding into the earth feeds the earth the nutrients that it needs so that it can heal. Bleeding into the earth gives the earth your DNA so it can give you better what you need.
Oh my God.
And it gives for what your family needs, because as a woman, you carry so many of your members.
Yes.
You carry your children, your husband, your brothers, your siblings. We care for them. That's just who we are. Mother Earth, Mother. So we give Mother what Mother needs so Mother can give back to us what we need. So we can continue to mother.
Yes.
Right? So decolonizing our kitchen goes a very, very, very long way. Very, very, very long way. Decolonizing your cupboard, decolonizing your bathroom talks about that. What toothpaste do you use?
I know fluoride. I know. So what toothpaste are we supposed to use?
Without fluoride, you can make your own toothpaste.
How do we make
you
it?
You can use ash. You know, with
Yes.
ash, right? You
Or bicarb soda.
I don't like bicarb because it erodes the enamel on the teeth.
Okay, so ash is
personally.
better. So are you saying that like if I had to pasha
Yes.
and take that ash?
Yes. And use it. Tell me if you'll not notice the difference. And use it on your tongue, use it all around.
Are you for
And
real?
I'm heart attack serious. Like cow dung. You have blown.
Well, now I'm going to, after I hear this, I suspect.
Cow dung is, it's burnt a lot by healers.
Okay.
It's used a lot in traditional ceremonies or just to clear the air, right? To clean the environment, to heal the space, right? So lobulong, what it does is what smoke also does, it kills the bacteria in the air, right? You know, when you wash your body,
Yes.
the air around you needs cleansing in itself, right?
Yes, that's why the shower will smell after you've showered, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm listening.
So when you burn, you are cleaning the air. You know, the energy pockets that are locked in the corners.
Oh, Jesus
that
Christ.
needs to be washed out and cleansed. And that's why the smoke and the smudging is so important, right?
That's why you guys say we must go to corners. Smudge the
Yes, you
corners.
smudge because they get locked in corners. These energy, right?
Guys!
So that's why even when you are tall like we are and your height challenged, you fan it. That's why we have the feathers, right? Of these beings to help you feather so the smoke can get to clean the spaces. All right? So that cow dung that you burn, you use to brush your teeth with as well. It is magic.
Are you for real?
I'm heart attack serious.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine poop in my mouth though.
Oh, honey, do you know the ancients used to drink oblong with milk from the cow? Medicinal. It's got microbes. Your body has got microbes. But remember what a cow eats. A well, proper, unvaccinated, it eats grass. So green, right? And it's got what do they call these? Juices, guts, in them that process this grass, right? So what we're getting from cow is, and I know it's controversial because it's got microbes, and I'm such a cow dung advocate. Like, honey, I scrub with it. I use cow dung to wash and do everything with it.
Are you serious?
I'm gonna bring you dung cakes, baby. Like I go in the shit. I'm
getting some poo, guys.
Yes, you're gonna love this poo. I promise you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Yeah.
Okay.
So when the cow ingests what it does and then poops it out, we're getting gold. Not only is it good for your soil and your plants and everything, but it's good. When Hari Sila Kayona in the house, when a woman is giving birth and they make a bed with some of the dried cow dung to help with the healing process after having given birth. Zulu Mataba Zulu writes about the dung beetle. Kholo ya boloko, a book. Get into it and understand the magic behind cow dung.
Oh my oath.
So the part of the decolonization of ourselves is being aware of the things that we are bringing into our households and really asking ourselves the source, the nature, the makeup of the things that we're bringing in. How do we become more responsible to us? Because remember, when you start eating better, you vibrate better.
Yes.
Your spiritual ear works better. Your spiritual eye works better. It's more cleansed, right? And then maybe we can try and break free. Gastric juices, yes, that is what it is. God is an African and atheist. Oh, I like that. Thank you so much. What is about vegetarian? We're Africans vegetarian. I don't know if Africans were vegetarian. I wasn't there, but I know we consumed a lot more veggies than we did. I know we never used to eat chicken and meat every single day. There would be
rituals.
There were occasions when certain things were had. Either there would be a visitor that would come. The skin. What did she say?
Oolong is also good for the skin.
Yes.
And dream activation.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's why I've got a scrub with so long or gal. I'll bring you.
Okay.
It's insane. The things are real.
Oh my God.
The things are real.
They're
absolutely correct, Dombi. So back to the vegetarian question is that we consumed a lot more vegetables, we would eat what we planted in the gardens and what we would forage. And we would have that. I mean, you had shepherds that would go and balodisa their cows and whatever, and they'd be gone for a whole day.
Yeah.
What were those people eating when they were out there? They weren't necessarily going nekaftini. No. There would be things that you pick up. There's roots that you pick up that you suck on. There's plants that you chew on that would give you the minerals that you need so you don't feel so hungry, right? Remember, your body saying, I'm hungry, says, I'm lacking some nutrition.
Oh.
I'm lacking nutrition. Give me what I need. It's not, give me a cheeseburger.
Snap.
Right?
It's saying that I'm low on vitamins.
I'm low on energy. Feed me energy. What is energy? It's the nutrition that we eat.
Yes.
So, yes, let food be thy medicine. So when the Badisa shepherds would go, they would be eating what we call today immunity to sustain the hunger, to, so.
That's actually what I read it as well, decolonization.
That is very, 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 very true,
Right.
So the soaps that we use, the ones that we bath with, what is in that? What are they made of? The roll-on that we put on, my goodness, what is it doing? What cancers is it bringing close to us? We have so many Black women having breast cancer. We have gotten these.
What do we use for deodorant now if we move away from?
You can use lemon. You can just go without. Yeah, but also.
No, you can't go without, babes.
Well, this is the point that I wanted to get at. When your food is correct, you smell better.
That's true.
When you given the body what it needs, the sweat of it should not be hurtful.
Because
when you go poop in the toilet, you can know how badly your shit is. By what shit you put into the body.
Because even the vagina, the smell goes according to how you eat.
Correct. So yes, we can go without it if we self-correct.
Yeah.
And the body is meant to sweat, Bandla.
Yes.
For it to function properly, it is supposed to.
But I don't want to be smelling people's natural smells everywhere. That's so overwhelming.
It is. It gets intense. But you can. You use lemon. You use lemon to.
You just use like a slice of lemon.
Like a slice of lemon and you can skip days because it's quite intense.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna move. I think I did. Was there vinegar one also or something?
I'm not sure about the vinegar.
Okay.
But I make just about everything. Okay.
Yes.
I don't buy soap. I don't buy roll-on. I don't buy toothpaste. Oh no, I lie. I have an anti-fluoride toothpaste
Okay.
that I do. I don't buy sanitary towels, and
The one with the sanitary towel, it sounds so gross, you know? How do we manage our minds? Is it just about accepting?
it's the relationship that you start to have with you and your body. It's the relationship. It's how we've been conditioned and taught what our menses are. How it's important for you to know what your menses smell like, because they'll tell you if your body's okay. But if we are so afraid to engage with our bodies on that level, then we are far down than we
I don't know
think we
about
are.
men, but I know women with our vaginas, we are so like, it's this hidden pocket where you don't really want to engage.
Which is
Women don't even look at their
oh
vaginas.
God, that is the place where life happens.
Wow.
That is the place where the universe resides, where the warmth is.
It's the most loving place, actually.
It is warm. It is real. You gotta engage with you. You gotta engage with your whole body. You gotta know what your vagina smells like.
Right.
You have to know, because if you want to be in and around people, be aware of, the things.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, you heard that. You must eat well so your vagina can smell good. Right?
No, but you completely do. You eat well, then your sweat is not so bad. Like I go days and days without Yes, I'm on a plant-based diet. But also when I went on this, it was a social experiment. I was just
snap.
it wasn't deep, girl. It was so light. It was actually 2020 when COVID was happening.
Okay.
And shops were closing and we were given these lockdowns. And I'm like, okay, energetically, we knew that something huge was going to happen.
Yes.
We sensed it, we knew it, but we didn't know how it was going to hit us, right? And so when it hit us, I think that was the most I was out. I was out the most, got COVID. There's something that happened to me when they said stay in. I started itching and I was like, I want to go hike. So I went foraging.
Yes.
I did most of my hiking during that time.
Yes.
So I started going foraging, and that's when the plants started to communicate a different thing.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's when the weeds started to talk, because I was like, okay, if we are in lockdown and they say don't go anywhere, what happens if the shelves go empty? What's going to happen? Would we know how to survive, or are we doomed? Right? And these things were just like, hasiluhola, literally, hasiluhola, siluhola. And then I went in and I said, okay, dudes, what do you mean? Then I started learning. No, it's not weeds. It is purslane, which is good it's got the most omega-3 than fish itself. So you've got that. It's amaranth, umrojo, it's a mellow, it turns with the sun. It's a weed, but it's food, right? It's medicinal. It's a flu remedy. It's a blood
Why were they even
purifier.
called weeds then? What happened? Where's that from?
So many things have become what they are. Look at us discussing how bad our menses are.
I know, right?
Right?
Hey, the system,
Because it's easier to manage us. It's easier to manage us if
these narratives have been fed.
Well, it's
Somebody that would tell.
What about washing dishes? Since arbitrary, but we consume those chemicals. You know what? You're so spot on. You're so spot on. You're so spot on. So there's things in your kitchen that you can use to wash dishes with, right? Vinegar is good. It's a good baby tongue.
Takes off grease and stuff.
It takes off grease, and it also schoa.
For bacteria and things.
Yes, it does that. You use to wash your pots. Have you been to Mkit? And they're cooking with this bit fire.
Yes.
And the babeledi 3 foot or silver pots. And they take umlota and put on these things.
Yes.
Right? And even when they wash the pots, right? We use that. Mulora cleans. I used to wash my dishes there when I'm in the farm with ash, right? All of the things that we are supposed to be disposing of, we've got to look at it. Why are we disposing of this ash? That stuff can clean your kitchen. That stuff can work in there. You put in some lemon, you put in some of that ash, you wash your dishes. Listen, you do the magic.
Oh my God.
So yes, that's part of the decolonization of the kitchen. The chemicals that we put in there. What is bleach? I mean, what is bleach?
What is bleach?
What is bleach? The thing that when it puts on, it stains your clothes.
I know.
Like
That's
what?
so powerful,
Right?
strong chemical.
You know what I mean? Do we need to be engaging and involving ourselves with that?
Because your skin is also breathing. So even when you're cleaning with it,
That's
the
why
bleach is
they'll
going
say you
into...
must fuck the gloves.
Oh my
Right?
God.
So it goes on its different levels of when I walk into my household, right? What is it that I'm bringing in? If I've gone shopping, where and what is it that I'm bringing in? So it's also very, I think, important for once a day. Take a plant that you know in your yard and chew on it. It changes and helps your body get some nutrients so you can help fight the things in there. Take it as is from the earth without necessarily washing it, right? Ingest that bacteria because it helps your body build the building blocks to fight certain things while giving you the nutrients. What is this? Thanks for inviting me, Sanela. Such an amazing, calm-speaking episode. The plants told us what to do. That's why we are here and strong. Yes. Yeah, the handy Andy and the dusting, all of these things and besides that, we must remember there's commercial value for us to not know certain things.
Yes, of course.
So it's not lucrative to say, "Ooh, these fluoride toothpastes, make your own." What happens to those places? Some of the things,
pharmaceuticals,
right?
Who are like actually
some
get a
of
vaccine.
You know what I mean?
Because we were like, no, but then that was silenced so quickly. Do you remember?
But just remember also how negative publicity Umhlonyane also got. That overdosing and what, and certain people with certain diseases mustn't have.
Such lies.
It's not lies.
It's not lies.
It's not lies.
You can overdose on herbs.
You can, absolutely you can. There's herbs that go with your system. There's herbs that don't. There's herbs that are strong. There's herbs that are. It's also part of an important thing of knowing you, knowing your body, knowing how you react to certain things, right?
Shit.
I could have. We could eat. What's your favorite herb or favorite thing? Doesn't have to be.
I love rose uranium.
Correct. I could be allergic to it, right? But just because we also have different chemical makeups.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And they will say it is foolproof.
Yes.
But then certain people react differently to the same thing.
Okay.
Right?
I hear that.
And that is why even when you are these medicines that you buy, like a Panado, there's people that can't take paracetamol, right?
Yes.
Whereas it's a blanket thing. So, but you need to be so in tune with you to be able to say, this one, not for me. When you go to a doctor, you tell them what is wrong, right? You are aware of this and this, my bowel. So you need to be aware of yourself, aware of what's within you to help that doctor do a diagnosis. Right? So with Umhlonyane, there are people that maybe a lesser dose would work. And remember, sometimes with plant medicine, you really don't always need to take a copious amount of it.
No, I noticed.
You know what I mean? Especially when the source is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, Utimi?
Please touch on how eating 3 times a day is overeating and bad for our body energy. Our bodies know when to eat, which is why when sick, we stop eating because the body is trying to balance itself. Oh, don't be. Are you coming with them proper ones?
Yes.
You know? So, yeah, overeating, it's a big thing.
Yes.
I get we were told breakfast is the most important
Yes.
meal of the day.
Yes.
My opinion, I don't think we should be having breakfast. Okay?
Yeah.
Within itself, we know it means breaking
The fast. Yes.
right, that you've had overnight. There is value in allowing the body to cleanse itself, to it especially when you're looking at intermittent fasting, it allows the body to detox
Yes.
the not eating part. It
Yes.
clears the things that are not right in the body.
Because that's what's good about fasting, ain't it?
Yes, yes.
Because you're giving your system
Yes.
to recalibrate.
Correct.
That's what you're saying now.
That is why I think it's overrated to have breakfast. I eat once a day,
Yes.
right? And also mindful about what I eat. Not because of anything, but because I'm generally not hungry until my body says, okay, I could eat. Right? And then when you get to that point, there comes in the question of how mindful am I about what I'm eating? So the body can then absorb and take on the things.
So our health has everything to do with what we're eating. Everything.
It is. It is. It is completely. It is completely. Yes, there are external factors that would come in and challenge the health. But when, like I keep saying, when the body is right, you're better off to fight certain things. So now you must still detox of the layers and layers of chemicals, and then you must now start eating right. That's why sometimes the dosages have to be so many, right? So detoxing and fasting is one of the best ways to let the body clear itself out of certain things.
This is so enlightening. You know, especially when you said that sometimes illness is a spiritual attack.
Yes.
Because I know that thing where you weren't sick, there was nothing. Now,
Yes. Now something. Now it's just like,
whoa.
What is going on, right? Now the question is our spiritual ear tuned in enough for us to be able to process this information to say, okay, cool. When did it start? What was going on? What was around me? Where was I? You know what I mean? Am I aware of the things that I am? So when you are healing yourself or seeking healing, you know where to start.
Yes. Where did I fall?
You know what I mean?
Where did I trip?
What was around me? You know?
Not where I fell, where I tripped.
Right?
Right?
You know what I mean? Something. What is it? Am I aware? So when we are eating badly, we are shut down to, like I said, the signs that the seasons are changing. We feel it in our bodies before we see it.
Yeah.
Right? So if we are tuned in enough, because we are eating the things that are tuning us in, we'll be able to say, I'm sleeping, this is not right. What is this?
Yes.
What is this? And then we may not have the how to fix it, but at least when we go and seek help, we can say, this is what happened. So now even the person that's healing you is dealing with this syndrome, not all of the other things that you must still clear. Because also there's plants that you eat to take away sijeso, uglisi or something.
Are you for real?
Yeah, like fennel. You know fennel?
The one you get at the shops?
Yes, you know it grows on the ground, I get. Like you could plant it here.
Yeah, the one that's almost like a fern, but it's very delicate and dainty.
It's like dill. That's the one. Yes, that licorice. Yes, those seeds, great for sijeso. Why? Because they balance, they alkalize your body, and bad vibrational food cannot stay in an alkaline body. That's why Kanakoya COVID, they were saying, go on a plant-based diet, clear, alkalize your body. So the viruses don't have a place to stay. They don't have chomies to grow in.
What foods are? What makes it acidic?
There's a scale on what food is acidic and what food is not acidic. It's
How do you
sometimes it's
alkalize
the,
it for your diet when you say that?
with the food that you eat.
With the plants, like
Going more,
which
more
ones?
plants, going more plant-based, going more green within your plant ingestion, like trying avoiding the whiter stuff like your potatoes. Those are very starchy, very sugary,
Oh, snap.
And I love potatoes.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Love
I was like,
potatoes
that's my
too.
friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Snap.
But also be responsible, because I believe in a hybrid approach of things. Like, still be responsible. Like when you eat your potatoes, don't not have them for breakfast. If you've had them for lunch, allow your body to detoxify them and get rid of them. Don't be quick to have breakfast the next morning. Allow the body to cleanse itself. Drink the things that help the body purify. Go for a walk, go for an exercise, burn up those calories that are extra. Have a multi-pronged approach. I'm not saying we're going to deny ourselves our pleasures, but let's be responsible. We cannot only live in these pleasures that are killing us.
Now I want to talk about your business.
Hasiluhula.
Yes.
Hasiluhula.
Yes.
Hasiluhula. So the herbs that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
we can't, not everyone has a space to have them.
Yes.
Not everyone has the ability or the time to harvest and process and to dry. And that's where we come in. We do that. We've got the process, the dried herbs. We've got instructions on when it is, how to use it, how to incorporate it into your everyday life, because it's important for it to become a part of you so that it becomes what you eat. You drink water every day. What is it in your water? Is it just plain water? Or are you going to try and put in some vitamin in your water? Having a bit of vitamin water, right? What goes into that vitamin? I like to put bogo in, and it gives it a nice taste. I like to put in, sure, now they escape me because I must talk about them, but I know my eyes give me problems as, I'm going older. So there's herbs that I use and I make tea. And I love them because I can see the difference. What? You are kidding me. Nature has given us everything. Nature has given us, there's gourberry leaves, there's eyebright. These are herbs that are grown. You can wash your eyes with it.
In your catalog, do you have these medicines?
Yes.
What's your website? Do you have one?
I don't have a website, but we are
Where
on
can
social.
people get hold of you?
Hasiluhula, at Hasiluhula on Instagram, at Hasiluhula on Facebook.
I'm going to put all the details there, guys, in the description box. Don't worry.
Yeah, and my number is there, so you can contact me, because I've been spending so much time learning these herbs and communicating with them, because I legit like to communicate with them in my own way. So I haven't been posting a lot, but I've been just ingesting the information, and I'm very accessible, so communication over the phone. And I really like the one-to-one, because it's not one what fits all, one size fits all kind of symptom, and it's important that whoever is there is willing to be participating in their wellness journey themselves, So we partner up and we work it out. What is it? And I will always say, my first question is, what are you eating? What are you eating? What is it that you eat? And people say, and I don't eat that much. Yeah, but what is it when you eat? What is the content? And also, how do you eat?
I just have one got that day.
All they'll admit, I don't eat much, but they'll forget, before they ate, they had a packet of chips, a chocolate, a Coke. That matters. That factors in. You know what I mean? Just because now you are eating a meal doesn't mean all of the other things are not contributing to slow your system down. So check us out, go Hasiluhula. Please touch on how eating, then we did, really is eating 3 times a day too much? Yeah. It is a lot. And also
it slows down the body, né?
And also, what is it that you eat? Eating an apple in the morning could not be considered overeating. you know. But if you are sitting down to have bacon and eggs in the morning, that's a full-on meal.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the whole day's
That is a
diet.
full-on meal.
Yo.
You're having bacon, you're having beans, you're having a sausage, you're having eggs. Now you're having cheese. Now you must look at what meats or animal content is there in that food that you eat.
Yeah.
How was that animal content grown? You know, what chemicals were. So that's what we're now putting into our body, and we're putting in so many times a day.
Yeah. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
So I think that's it, because we were here to kind of talk about how our medicine and our foods affect our livelihood and who we are. I don't know if there's anything else you want to.
No, I think we're good. I think maybe if the energies allow, we can do a demo thing next time on certain things. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if, how to make a kitchen detergent, for example.
Okay. So I'll come.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
yes.
How do we,
That'll be so cool.
How do we use? Yeah.
That'll be so cool.
Just how do we decolonize this thing?
Yeah.
How do we decolonize our kitchen?
Yeah.
What does a potential decolonized kitchen look like?
That was so helpful.
Right?
Because just in this conversation, we learned how to decolonize our bathrooms, our kitchen,
our minds, what we ingest, how our gardens,
and cleaning the energy, the smoke. I didn't know about the patches getting locked in corners.
Into the corners. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for the invite. You got me out of my shell because I'm such a.
You're so shy.
I'm so shy.
It was very evident how shy you are. All right. Okay. There's one more question. It's in it.
It is different for each person. Some people need all three meals, and others need less. I eat twice a day, but in winter, my portions of food are greater than in summer. It's different for everyone, and it's a very good point you bring up, Venus, because also, being aware of what the seasons provide us as well. The seasons of winter bring things like we have more vitamin C that is abundant, to keep fighting any colds and flus. We have things like your avocados, your richer foods that are more available, so that
oil,
so that we can get more of that absorption. So I think it also really matters for us to be mindful about when we say the 3 meals a day, what is it that goes into those meals? But you're absolutely correct. We are all different. Yeah.
To each his own.
To each our own. Yeah, indeed.
Okay, Moya writes, I'm going to put Gogo Tebogo's details in the description box, definitely, and all her Instagrams and what social medias. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Yeah. Remember the Moya hikes every first and last Sunday.
Oh, yes, definitely. Hope to see you there.
Yes.
We had an epic one, and that's where we met.
Yes.
That's what you were saying.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we're right with it. So our community is growing. We just want to make sure that we equip ourselves, we equip our minds and our bodies, because Black people are at the bottom of the food chain, and we got to change that, man. We just got to make
we can even talk about decolonizing education at some point.
Yeah.
Because, they are.
Yeah.
That's, Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So you guys, to eat well. You got the notes. Remember to share, guys. To share, like, subscribe, all the things. Let's grow the community. I want to show off Linda with 100,000 and what, like the other children. Please, guys, it's really quite embarrassing at the moment with my 5,000. But I love you and I appreciate you. And thank you so much for donating. We've got money in the bank for 2 episodes at the moment, so we're not stressed. Thank you so much for all your hard work, guys. And I love you. And thank you, Tebogo.
Thank you for
sharing
having
energy.
us.
Thank you so much. Good night, team, guys. I love you. Yes, we are sure. Stunning. Right.